Morning. So in this recording, I'm going to show you how to have made the web page that I set for you in the last class assessment using Notepad++. So the first thing you needed to do was to create a file in Notepad++ and save it as a HTML file. So I'm going here to Language, to HTML, and then I'm saving the file. So save as, and I'm choosing the type that I'm looking for is hypertext markup language. And the file name that you were asked to use in the wireframe was different.html. And I'm saving this in a particular folder so I know where to go back for it afterwards. Okay, so every HTML file starts off with a declaration that I'm going to be using HTML version 5. So we're putting the declaration at the top. And then we have our HTML element with our opening HTML and our closing HTML tags. Inside those tags, we have our head and our close head, followed by our body and close body. Okay, so inside the head, we put the meta information for our web page, and inside the body, we put the displayed information that we're looking to see on the screen. So part of the meta information was the tab that your browser should display. It's called the title. So we use the title element. And the title you were given was the two are not the same. So we put that between opening and closing title tags. In the body, then, you were asked to put a main heading followed by two subheadings, and each of those subheadings has a paragraph. So we need a main heading, which will be a H1 element. That was the internet and the World Wide Web. That's our main heading. So opening and closing H1 tags, H1 for the highest level of heading. And then we needed two subheadings, so I might use H2 for those. So the first one was the internet, in between opening and closing H2 tags. And the second heading was the World Wide Web. Okay. For each of those headings, then we need to add a paragraph. So we need an opening and closing paragraph tag on each one, and we're going to put between those tags the information about what an internet is or what the World Wide Web is. So I have here Wikipedia, and I'm just going to copy some information from Wikipedia. So the internet is a global system of interconnected computer networks that use the TCP/IP protocol to link devices worldwide. It is a network of networks. So I'm going to put that information, I'm going to copy and paste that information inside my paragraph tags. As you can see, it falls off the screen, which isn't great for me, the programmer. Remember, I can just move these lines down to make them fit on the screen. It's not going to make a difference to how they're displayed in the browser. Okay, the World Wide Web. Again, I have some information on Wikipedia that I'm going to copy for the World Wide Web. The World Wide Web, commonly known as the web, is an information system. It's documents and other resources which we can identify using their URLs. and they're accessible over the internet. So I'm pasting that in here. Again, it's fallen off the screen, so let's just bring the lines down a little bit so it looks a bit better in our notepad. Okay, now I've copied across here a link. I'm just going to remove that just so we're not complicating our web page for the moment. We'll learn about adding in links in a later lesson. Okay, so I can preview this in Notepad++ using my plugin to preview HTML. And I can see here it looks okay. I want to maybe check that out in a browser. So different browsers will translate things differently or interpret things differently. So I'm just going to use it. I'm going to check it out in my Chrome browser. First of all, I need to make sure it's saved. I'm then going to go to, my files, to where I saved the file. And if I double click on it here, it will open in my default browser, which is Chrome, and I can see it looks fine. So the last thing you were asked to do in your assessment was to email this file to me. So you needed then to go to your email. You need to compose an email. You address it to whoever you want to address it to, which would be me. Put in the subject, which should probably be your name, followed by the file that you're sending. So the file is called different.html. So that goes in the subject line. You might say a little message to me. And then you come down here to attach to the little paper clip, attach a file. When you're going to attach the file, you're looking for where did you save the file. And go find the file there and click on the open button, and it will attach it onto your email, and then you're free to send it to me.